This is chapter number 8, Local Governments, स्थानीय स्वशासन. We are taking question and answer on local governments. The Constitution of India has visualized village panchayats as amidst of self-government. Think about the situation described in the following statements and explain how do these situations strengthen or weaken the panchayats in becoming units of self-government. So the first one is, the government of state has allowed a big company to establish a huge steel plant. Many villages would be adversely affected by the steel plant. Gram Sabha of one of the affected villages passed a resolution that before establishing a big industries in the region, village people must be consulted and their grievances should be readdressed. Now the situation is, a Gram Panchayat is there and it is not being consulted. A Gram Panchayat was not even consulted before the establishment of the steel plant in this area by the state government. And this action will actually weaken the institution of panchayat. So the resolution passed by Gram Sabha strengthened the panchayats by giving them right to move to courts against the unilateral movement or unilateral decision being made by the state government. And this is weakening the power or the sanctity of Gram Panchayat. The government has decided that 20% of all its expenditure would be done through the panchayats. Here, this decision of state government helps the panchayat financially because 20% of the fund will go to all the panchayats financially on the ground, not to interfere in the decisions and priorities of the panchayat, as well as the panchayats need some independent resources of revenue to operate effectively at the local level. So if the government is giving money, it's very good. If government is saying that you have to spend this 20%, then it will be a difficult task. But 20% if the government is giving panchayats the money, then it will be very good. It will strengthen the panchayat. A village panchayat kept on demanding fund for building for village school. The government officials turned down the proposal, saying that the funds are allocated for certain other schemes and cannot be spent otherwise. Now this will again weaken the panchayat, weaken the panchayati raj. Why? Because these institutions prioritize their development agenda themselves. If they have known that their school building it needs to be remade or some repair has to be done, then this is what is to be understood by the state government also or the authorities. So the denial of this request weaken them to become self-governed because they know better. What if the wall of the school fall and people die, teacher die or kids die, right? The government divided a village Dungarpur into two and made part of village Jamuna and Sohana. Now village Dungarpur has ceased to exist in the government books. Now there are two things. If there is one Dungarpur, right, this has been divided into Jamuna and Sohana. If this is on the recommendation, suggestion and request of the Panchayati Raj institution, like the original Panchayat of these two, of Dungarpur, then it is very good, it will strengthen. Otherwise, if this is done just by the authorities or the state government without even telling or asking the Gram Panchayat, then it is going to weaken. So if the division has taken place on the recommendation of Panchayati Raj institutions, that is the Gram Panchayat, Gram Sabha, etc., it strengthens their powers. But if it has been done on its own by the state, by their own will, it would weaken these institutions. A village panchayat observed that water resources of their region are depleting fast. They decided to mobilize village youth to do some voluntary work and revive the old village ponds and well. So this Panchayati Raj institution or Panchayati Raj people have taken an initiative. Now because they have less water or depletion of water is taking place, they have took decision and also decided the resources, that is, they will employ the youth and to revive those ponds and wells so that the water supply can be ensured for that Gram Sabha. Suppose you are interested to evolve a local government plan of a state. What powers would you endow to the village panchayats to function as a units of self-government? Mention any 5 powers and the justification in 2 lines for each of them for giving those powers. So what you are going to suggest, you can suggest like this. First of all, developments at the village level, that is the irrigation facilities, सिंचाई की व्यवस्था, drinking water, पानी का पीने का पानी, and construction of roads. Now, agriculture development is to be supervised and implemented by the panchayats only, related to agriculture practices in the modern method, new method. Social welfare, this related activities to keep the records of birth and death of the village, family welfare and family planning. And the Gram Panchayat should be given the power to open and maintain schools and libraries also in the village to maintain primary education at least. And Gram Panchayat should enjoy the power to ensure better health, that is the swasth, and a life of citizens to provide basic civil amenities, basic requirements of the people. What are the provisions for the reservations for the socially disadvantaged groups as per the 73rd Amendment? Explain how these provisions have changed the profile of the leadership at the village level. Now, in 1993, 2 constitutional amendments were made to recognize the local self-government at the grassroots level. So, 73rd was for the villages and 74 this was for Nagar, Shahar, right? You can call them as cities. 73rd Amendment, what provisions do we have? Actually, 73rd and 74 almost same. One is for Gaon, one is for Shahar. So, the reservation of seats has been made for SC, STs, and if the state government want, they can give it for OBCs also. And 1/3, 33% for the women. Reservation for women at Panchayat has ensured the participation of women in local bodies, as I just said, 1/3. Due to this reservation, a number of women has occupied even the position of Sarpanch and Adhyaksh. Therefore, we have more than 80,000 women Sarpanch in India right now. What were the main difference between the local governments before 73 amendments and after that amendment? So, what is before 73 and what is changed after 73rd Amendment of the Indian Constitution? So, before 73rd Constitution, local governments was a state subject only. Panchayati Raj was only the state subject. States were free to make their own kinds of law in local government. And even if they have, it was not being followed. They don't have money. The local government have no money. And they were always looking for the state, even if it was there. After 73rd Amendment, the local government has or have received the recognition as a separate entity in the constitution. Now they are Samvaidhanik Sanstha. Now they are under constitution. And elections at every regular interval of 5 years have to be made. It is being made mandatory, compulsory. The seats have been reserved for in the favor of the marginalized class like SC, ST, OBC and women. A state election commission, a Rajya Ayukt, that is Chunav Ayukt, have been appointed and made responsible to conduct free and fair elections here. Also, there is Raj Vitt Ayukt, that is the Finance Commission for state is also constituted by the state government. After every 5 years, the State Finance Commission, this has to be set up to review the finances of the Panchayat and make recommendation for grant to Panchayats. The Panchayat have been empowered to collect, levy the appropriate tax, fees, tools that are assigned by the state government. Now read the following conversation. Write in 200 words your opinion about the issues raised in the conversation. First is Alok. What is Alok saying? Alok is saying our constitution guarantees equality between men and women. Reservations in local bodies for women ensure their equal share in power. Neha is saying, but it is not enough that women should be in the positions of power. It is necessary that the budget, money of local bodies should have separate provision for women. Jayesh is saying, I don't like this reservation business. A local body must take care of all people in the village and that would automatically take care of women and their interests. So this conversation is based on the issue of the empowerment of women actually on equal basis. So the Constitution of India itself guarantees the equality of men and women. That is, no gender biasing is there. Any gender, male or female, they are equal. Under Article 15, no citizen can be discriminated on the ground of color, race, religion, language, caste and sex, that is gender. Article 39(1) and D ensure an adequate livelihood and equal pay of equal work for both gender, men and women. So Alok is saying what? Alok views that our constitution guarantees equality between men and women as well as reservation in local bodies also ensure the equal sharing of power. This is what is quite reasonable. Neha views to have separate provisions of budget to women to improve women condition. This is also a good advice. And Jayesh views to provide provisions equally to all people living in village. Hence, women would automatically be benefited. See, this is very good on paper. But in actual, if you see on ground, women and marginalized class, still the women, still the SC, ST, still the Muslims, they are already backward. Some of them may be, you can say they are educated and they have wealth, but most of them, 90% and above, they are still living very marginalized conditions. So, but if women will be provided the equal access along with men without any reservation, it will not get success at all. That is what the discussion is. Without reservation, women will not succeed to the power and to make policies because of male-dominant society in India. And this is true that our society is patriarchal. Patriarchy means we have male-dominant society, and in order to, because this is social stigma, or you can say social culture, which is going on for decades, and it cannot be changed in 1 or 2 days. So we have to give reservation to the women. Read the provisions of the 73rd Amendment. Which of the following concerns does this amendment address? Fear of replacement, make a representative accountable to the people. So after 73rd Amendment Act 1993, it is mandatory to hold elections after every 5 years. So if the state government dissolve the panchayat before the completion of the term, fresh election must held within 6 months. Then we have the dominant caste and feudal landlords dominate the local bodies. So reservation of now SC, ST and women have been provided. The women have 1/3, that is 33% reservation in the local bodies. SC and STs, according to their proportion of population, according to their population in that area, they are also given proper reservation. Therefore, the dominance of feudal lords and dominant classes have come to an end. Rural literacy is very high. Illiterate people cannot take decision about the development of the village. So in the 11th schedule of Constitution, 29 subjects have been given to local bodies in 1992. Primary and secondary education is the part of the list to make the people literate in the village. The state government should shoulder the responsibility. Along with this, you cannot say that a person who is in Gram Panchayat, if he is not educated, he is not sensible, or he doesn't think with logic. Even if he is not well educated, he can take decisions for their Gram Sabha. Now, to be effective, the village panchayats need resources and powers to make plans for the village development. So, the panchayats have been given powers to levy, collect taxes, duties and fees according to the state government provision. So, the provision for the establishment of the State Finance Commission, Raj Vitt Ayog, has also been made to review the finances, money, budget of panchayats and make recommendations also. The following are different justifications given in favor of local government. Give them ranking and explain why you attach greater significance to a particular rationale than the others. According to you, on which of these rationales decision of Gram Panchayat and when Gaivasal village was based? How? So we have to rank them. So it will be like that. First is, people know their area needs problem and priorities. By collective participation, they should discuss and take decision about their lives. So this is first ranking. Second comes, the government can complete the projects with lesser cost with the involvement of local community. Third is, the development plans made by local people will have greater accountability than those made by the government officers. And fourth priority will be, The people know their area well. They know the problems, needs and priorities. And by collective participation, they should discuss and take decisions about their life. So the decision of this Gram Panchayat Vengai Vasal, which we learned when we were doing the content on NCERT book, the village was based on the rationale that is, people know their needs, areas, problem, priorities to take their decision about life. Which of the following according to you involve decentralization, Vikendrikaran? Why are other options not sufficient for decentralization? So the first is to hold election of the Gram Panchayat. Now it may be the main point of involvement of decentralization, because you are actually giving the power. If you are electing Gram Panchayat, you are giving power. Then decision by villagers themselves about what policies and programs are useful for the village. Now the representative are elected by the villagers only from among themselves. That is how the power is given. Power to call meeting of the Gram Sabha, this is a subsidiary power. And a Gram Panchayat receiving the report of the BDO, Block Development Officer, about the progress of a project started by the state government. So this is also a manifestation of the working of decentralization. A student of Delhi University, Raghavendra Parapanna, wanted to study the role of decentralization in decision making about primary education. He asked some questions to the villagers. These questions are given below. If you were among these villagers, one of them, just assume, what answer would you give to each of these questions? A meeting of, now you have to start from here. A meeting of Gram Sabha is to be a call to discuss what steps should be taken to ensure that every child of the village goes to the school. First is, how would you decide the suitable day, which day it will be? Think who would be able to not attend the meeting because of your choice. That is the day specified by the BDO or the collector, the day of the village heart, Sunday, Nag Panchami or Sankranti. Let us take one by one, okay. So the day of village heart would be the most appropriate due to availability of the number of people to sell and purchase the commodities. And some people would argue the district collector and BDO when they are available. You cannot have a day. Some people will argue that village heart, everyone will be busy. So whichever day is amicable to the authorities and amicable to the Gram Panchayat, that will be taken. So you can say that a Sunday the government will not work. These two are not good for the authority. So a day specified by BDO or collector will be better, not the village heart. So we'll just change that answer. Now what is the suitable venue of the meeting? Why? Now the answer is, the most suitable venue or the place of meeting will be village school. Why? Because it is in the village, it is not far, everyone can come and everyone knows about that school. Every person feels free to move and come to join the meeting, because the rest of the venues are community based and people will not be comfortable to join the meeting. Some community, jati and all those things are there. So the best is the school village. Now this we have done. C. In the Gram Sabha meeting, firstly a circular sent by district collector was read. It suggested that steps should be taken to organize an education rally and what should be in the route. The meeting did not discuss about the children who never come to school, or about girls' education, or the condition of the school building and the timing of the school. No women teacher attended the meeting as it was held on Sunday. What do you think about these proceedings as an instance of people's participation? So what we have seen here is, this we are talking about, the question is here. So it was held on Sunday, the day is Sunday. So most of the women teacher, they couldn't come. The Gram Sabha meeting should be held to discuss the problems of village in place of organizing an education rally basically. The meeting had to discuss the problem like education, condition of schools, girls' education as well as regularity of children in school. So when we are talking about girls, we need to have girls teachers and women also. So the day should not be Sunday, that's what I feel. Now imagine your class as the Gram Sabha discuss the agenda of the meeting and suggest some step to realize the goal. So the agenda would be something like this. First, regularity of student in the school, if not how to make them regular, how we have midday meal scheme now, and there can be other ways also where they can be lured or they can come. To focus on poverty elevation programs to focus on the landlessness of the farmers. Most farmers are working on others' land. The construction work in village required. We know Manrega is there. So village, wherever things are possible, the construction work can be done. And social cultural programs to integrate and to ekta akhandata ko badhane ke liye, to arrange the funds of the programs, decided what is going to be the amount and how it is going to come, what are the resources, what are the money resources, and vote of thanks by the Gram Pradhan. Now we have some extra questions we are going to take. Additional questions. What do you mean by local government? So the local government, the name suggests it is very near to you. It is close to you. You know the people and you all collectively solve your local issues. So local government gives strength to the democratic setup in a country to ensure participation of local people who resides in a certain place at the level of the, you can say, fine level, minute level, villages and towns. Name the Viceroy who created the local bodies in British India. The name is Lord Ripon. Name the states to have local governments during 1960s and 1970s. Maharashtra, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh and Rajasthan, they were having local governments way back in 1960s and 1970s. Mention the sources of income of local bodies. So there are certain different taxes that the local bodies they levy, and income for passing the building plans for citizens, and also grants they get from the state government, and income from entertainment tax imposed on some fairs or circus going on. Name the main local self-governing bodies. So there are Gram Panchayats that function in villages, municipal committees in small towns, and when it comes to big cities, it is municipal corporation. Mention the three organs of Gram Panchayat. So first of all, the members, all the people who are voters of that area, they are automatically the part of Gram Sabha. Then Gram Panchayat and then Nyaya Panchayat. What do you mean by Panchayati Raj? So Panchayati Raj is a part of local government for the upliftment of villages. Panchayati Raj Vyavastha is specially meant for, or it is destined or eyed for the development of the village people or village area. What are the organs of Panchayati Raj? So the organs of Panchayati Raj, Gram Panchayat, Panchayat Samiti and Zilla Parishad. So at the basic level, one or two villages, they have a Gram Panchayat. Then you combine this few Gram Panchayat, this becomes a Panchayat Samiti. And then you have all the Panchayat Samiti of different areas. This becomes a Zilla Parishad. Write the main functions of each of the organs of Gram Panchayat. First of all, Gram Sabha, that is all the voter listed member of that area elects the members of Gram Panchayat. Gram Panchayat looks after the developmental projects in village. And Nyaya Panchayat, it settles down the minor dispute of villages. That is some very small dispute between some neighbors or that can be solved by Nyaya Panchayat. Who is known as the mayor? The formal head of the municipal corporation, to be elected for 1 year by the members of corporation, is called mayor. Mention the role of state election commissioner. Rajya Chunav Ayukt. The state election commission or commissioner. First of all, you need to understand the Election Commission of India, which is the independent body that holds election for the MPs, for MLAs, for Rashtrapati, Uprashtrapati. This state election commission has nothing to do with this Election Commission of India. They are total different entities. The state election commission is an independent officer commissioner or independent office to be appointed by the state government to conduct election in Panchayati Raj institutions. What is the need and importance of local bodies? So the need is local bodies, Sthani Swashashan, it ensures participation of local people to run the government, because the people there of that area, they better know the problems as well as the way to solve it. The importance is the local people cooperate with the administration for its smooth running. Mention the views of Mahatma Gandhi on village panchayat. So Mahatma Gandhi, he strongly pleaded for the decentralization of power. Decentralization of power means the power which was with central government or state government. Previously, it was only with the representative viceroy of British. So the whole power was with that person. After that, central government, state government was made. Now the thing is that he wanted that the power should be distributed so that it reaches the local level also. That is the Panchayati Raj Vyavastha he wanted. Mahatma Gandhi viewed independence of India as the whole begin at the bottom level. That is the minute and fine level, village level. He wanted every village to be self-sustained and capable of managing their own affairs. For that they need money, they need resources and power. That is what decentralization he meant. What is the composition of Gram Sabha? So Gram Sabha consists of all the people, citizen, voters residing in the jurisdiction of village panchayat, either one or group of villages to meet at least twice in a year. Every resident, man or woman, anyone without any caste, creed, religion, etc., anyone who is 18 year plus and he is the voter is automatically the member of Gram Sabha. What are the main functions of Gram Sabha? So Gram Sabha elects the members of Gram Panchayat. It passes the annual budget of Gram Panchayat and also approves it. And time and again it gives suggestions, recommendations to Gram Panchayat for agriculture and small scale industry development in the village or any other thing. The Gram Sabha is advising the Gram Panchayat. What is the composition of a Gram Panchayat? Every village having a population of 500 people consists of a Gram Panchayat, and it is formed by the members elected by the village of people of villages, that is the Gram Sabha elect the village Panchayat. The member of the Panchayat are called Panch and its head is known as Sarpanch. Sometimes we call him as Pradhan also, to be elected for certain years. And the number of members should be minimum 5, maximum 10, and every Panchayat must have one female candidate and 1 or 2 members from SCs, and this is so 1/3 is reserved for the female candidate seats, and depending upon their population the SC seat is also reserved. What are the main functions of Panchayat? First of all, to call upon the meeting of Panchayat and to preside over them, that is to organize the meeting and to control the meeting, and to settle down disputes with the help of other members. If there is any problem, the disputes can be solved, to make plan for the welfare of the people, and to obtain cash grants from state government for development projects of village. That is very important, because without money nothing can happen. And the panchayats are mediator between the village and the state government. What is the composition of Zila Parishad? So Zila Parishad, in 73rd amendment, the member of Zila Parishad are elected by people. The chairman is elected among the selected members by the people. So all who are selected, they elect their chairman. The MPs, MLAs, collector, deputy collector and SDM, they are already the members, that is ex officio members. And of course the reservation of women, SC and ST according to the 73rd amendment is there. Mention the source of income of Zila Parishad. So there are different ways, different states deals with it. In some states, Zila Parishad is empowered to impose small taxes. It submits the annual budget to the state government for its approval. In some state, it receives some amount as a contribution made by the Panchayat Samitis. And it receives some amount in the form of government grants for development projects also. What is the composition of Finance Commission? So the state government appoints the State Finance Commission after every 5 years to allocate funds to the rural local self-government. What are the functions of State Finance Commission? Rajya Vitt Ayog, to examine the financial position of local governments, that is what money they have, what the money they are spending, all the money related say process and activities, they are looked by the State Finance Commission to provide recommendation to strengthen the local government, and it reviews the distribution of revenues, money between the state and local government as well as between the local and the urban local government. Also, it allocates the fund to the different funds to the rural local self-government. Now we have some short type questions. What does the Panchayati Raj stands for? Panchayati Raj was incorporated on the suggestions given by Balwant Rai Mehta Committee in 1956, and which said that without the cooperation of the local people at the finer level, the development work cannot be taken or it cannot take place at local level. So a 3-tier system was established to decentralize or distribute the power and to give due representation to the local people also to implement the programs. First is the panchayats at village level, then comes the block level, which are block committees, and then at the district level we have Zilla Parishad or district council. What is the composition of Panchayat Samiti? So the block panchayat is known as Panchayat Samiti, that is the second tier, and consists of following members. All the panchs and sarpanchs of panchayat in a block elect some members from among themselves. In some state, the sarpanch is a member, ex officio member of Panchayat Samiti, and all the MLAs and MPs of the district, they are also ex officio members of Panchayat Samiti. The SDM sub-divisional magistrate, the block development officers, these are also ex officio members of Panchayat Samiti, and women are given one-third seat reserved, and SC/STs also, depending upon their population, they are given the reservation. What are the main functions of Gram Panchayat? Gram Panchayat works for the promotion of agriculture, Krishi, to make arrangement for seeds and to make farmers aware of modern methods of agriculture. And it makes arrangements for providing primary education to the children. And it provides sanitary arrangement and the facilities in the government, in the village, and also make effort to improve the health of the people and open hospitals and dispensaries. It also makes arrangement for street lighting in certain places. What are the main functions of Gram Sabha? So Gram Sabha elects the Pradhan and Panch of the Panchayat. It can remove also the Panch and Sarpanch by passing a resolution by 2/3 majority. It approves the annual budget of the village and votes on the imposition of taxes. And Gram Sabha passes the annual budget of Gram Panchayat, and the Gram Sabha decides the policies also for development of work, different development work for the village. Mention the weaknesses of Panchayati Raj system. So Panchayati Raj system is basically dealing with the villages, and most of the villages or village people, they are illiterate. Due to illiteracy, most of the members are unable to understand the real concept of democracy, and the village people still have the differences on the basis of caste and community. Therefore, they do not have a real environment for democracy, and sometimes the political parties, they also interfere, hastakshep, in the functioning of village panchayats. What were the constitutional provision for local self-governance before 1992? And before 1992, local government subjects were assigned to the state government. Now, state government is going to do everything before 1992. It's not like now, after 73rd and 74th amendment, it is not like that. These were included as directive principle of state policy. Niti Nideshak Tattva mein bhi tha ye. They were not justiciable and only advisory in nature. In 1952, a 3-tier system, it was recommended for local government, but these local government, they had no power. They can't function without money, and they were not so concrete and not Samvidhanic also, not constitutional. The elections were not held regularly. Sometimes they may, sometimes they not. And these had to be dependent on the states for their grants and finances. The local government strengthens democracy. You need to justify the statement. So the local government involves the participation of local people. So everyone is involved at the local level. And also, what is the problem day-to-day life? These people are facing the problems. They are known by ordinary citizens, so they can deal it with properly. And the strong local government ensures purposeful accountability. The common people are now a part of decision making for their needs and also for their development purposes. What is the importance of year 1992 and 1993 for local governments? So it was the time when 73 and 74th Amendment was made. So 1992, the 73rd and 74th Amendment Act was passed by the Parliament, and the 73rd Amendment was for rural local government, that is Gaon, and 74th was for urban local self-government like town and cities. And both the Amendment Acts came in the force in 1993. That is why 92-93 is so important. All the state had to change their laws about local bodies due to these amendments, and the states were given only 1 year for making these changes in their state laws. Now we have some passage-based question. The constitutional amendments assigned as many as 29 subjects to the local government. All these subjects are related to the function linked to the local welfare and development needs. The experience with the functioning of local government in the past decade has shown that the local government in India enjoy limited autonomy to perform the functions assigned to them. And many states have not transferred most of the subject to the local bodies. This means that the local bodies cannot really function in an effective manner. Therefore, the entire exercise for electing as so many representatives becomes somewhat symbolic only. Some people criticize the formation of local bodies because this has not changed the way in which decisions are taken at the center and state level. People at the local level do not enjoy much powers of choosing welfare programs or allocation of resources. This is what is given. So how many subjects have been assigned to local governments? There are 29 subjects. What is the main theme of these subjects? The main theme is local welfare and developmental needs. How can we say that local government enjoy limited autonomy? Because various states, different states, till now they have not transferred most of the these subjects to the local bodies. They have kept those subjects with them. Therefore, many representatives become symbolic only. On what grounds the formation of local bodies have been criticized? Because the decision-making method has not changed. It is, the power is still with center and state. So the people at local level do not enjoy much power. They don't have enough power for their work, that is for welfare programs or any allocation of resources. They don't have that power. The state government is required to appoint a state election commissioner who would be responsible for conducting elections to the Panchayati Raj institutions. Earlier, this task was performed by the state administration, which was under the control of state government. Now, the office of the state election commissioner is autonomous like the election commissioner of India. However, the state election commission is independent officer and is not linked nor is the officer under the control of election commission of India. Who conducts election for local bodies? State election commissioner, he is responsible for conducting the election of local bodies. Who performed this task earlier? The state administration, that is Rajya Prashasan. It was under the control of the state government actually. What is the status of state election commissioner? Now, state election commissioner had nothing to do with Election Commission of India. It is an independent officer who is not linked to or not under the control of Election Commission of India. Mention some subjects included in 11th schedule. So this 11th schedule was listed with the 29 subjects in 1992 by the 73rd Amendment. It starts from agriculture and agriculture extension till minor forest produce. So these are all, you may just go through it. Explain the 3-tier structure of Panchayati Raj along with one function of each of them. So Panchayati Raj has three-tier structure. First is like this. First is here Zila Panchayat. Then we have the Panchayat Samiti, or you can call it as block level. This is village level, Gram Panchayat. then Panchayat Samiti, and finally at top there is Zilla Parishad at district level. What is the composition of Gram Panchayat? The member of the Gram Panchayat are elected by the people there, Gram Sabha, and every adult who is the resident of the village has the right to vote in these elections. And the functions are, it makes arrangement for pure drinking water, to improve sanitary conditions, to make efforts for improving health of people by opening the hospitals and dispensaries, and various other works are there. The composition of Panchayat Samiti, the member are elected directly by the universal adult franchise. All the voter list member can elect them. MLAs, MPs, SDM, BDO, they are already ex officio members, that is they are the member. Apart from these, other members are elected and seats are reserved for SCs and STs with respect to their proportion of population, and 30%, 1/3 of the seat are almost reserved for the women. So it's not 30, let me make it as 1/3, so it is 33%. It terms for 5 years. Function is, it look after all the works of the Gram Panchayat in the area, and it promotes scientific and modern agriculture practices, also distributes seeds, fertilizers and scientific equipments. The composition of Zilla Parishad, the chairman will be elected by the elected members, the MP, MLA, collector, deputy collector, SDM, they are already the member, ex officio member. The provision of Zilla Parishad is composed of elected members, and the Finance Commission will be set up to review the financial position and the recommendation allocated of funds and grants in it. So all the money matters is by the Finance Commission, that has to be set up by the state government. The function is to coordinate the working of Gram Panchayats and Panchayat Samitis in the district. The Panchayat Samiti pass their annual budget and it is then sent to the Zilla Parishad. Distinguish between Gram Panchayat and Gram Sabha. What are the functions of Gram Panchayat? So Gram Sabha and Gram Panchayat, first of all, Gram Sabha consists of all the members, adult member who can vote, who have attained the age of 18 years of a village or a cluster of villages constituting Gram Sabha, whereas the Gram Panchayat is actually a very small body. It is elected by these Gram Sabha, whose members are elected by the members of Gram Sabha. The term of office of Gram Panchayat is 5 years, while Gram Sabha is permanent body. It is already there. It will always be there, and it is not subject to any dissolution. And Gram Panchayat is an executive organ and monitors and evaluates the activities of Gram Panchayat. What are the functions? The Gram Panchayat looks after better health and life of people to make proper civic amenities as village sanitation, drinking water, arrangement of the light. And Gram Panchayat keeps the record of birth and death in the village to ensure effective implementation of family planning and family welfare programs, that is the animal husbandry and agriculture development. And Gram Panchayat is responsible for certain development functions at village level, that is the construction of roads and irrigation purposes. What is the importance of local bodies in the modern times? So the local bodies are very important now. They are related with the daily life of people. They perform functions which are very important to the local level: education, sanitation, public health. The local bodies provide right solution to the local problem due to the participation of each and everyone, that is the local people, who are the central and state governments, where the state and central government may not be able to solve this problem, but the local people can do. That is, the central and state government are unable to pick up the exact nature of the problem. The local people can do it. The local bodies lessen the workload of the central and state government because they could not spare time to look into the local matters. They have many big issues for the whole state. Therefore, the local bodies can solve these problems quite easily. The local bodies develops the qualities of citizens to awaken the political consciousness and to experience the sense of liberty and equality, which is essential for the success of democracy. Now, everyone is a part in the decision making. That is how our democracy becomes so strong. It creates decentralization, distribution of powers, where people are directly participating. They are a part in the for their daily needs, job, and the satisfaction of their feed, that is food, etc. So these were the question and answer of this topic. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.